Good day, everyone. Today on the Infinops Insights channel, we will be diving into all the key Azure services. Azure is one of the top 3 major cloud providers, alongside Amazon and Google Cloud, so it's definitely worth exploring. By the way, you can also find videos on AWS topics on our channel. My name is Mark, and let's get back to today's topic, an overview of the primary Azure services right here on the Infinops Insight channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and let's dive in. Let's start by defining the purpose of cloud resources. This will be useful for entrepreneurs who are just starting to use the cloud or haven't yet to start but would like to. Cloud computing is a model for accessing resources, data storage, and other services. Instead of purchasing physical services, organizations can rent resources from a cloud service provider. What does this provide? Firstly, flexibility and scalability. Providing resources as needed allows for increasing power and quantity of resources. Secondly, efficient resource utilization. This means optimal use of computational power and the ability to scale applications based on demand. And finally, rapid development. Cloud computing provides more opportunities for application development and deployment. To make it clear, here is an example. You can rent a server in the cloud to host your website. When you have a lot of visitors, you increase the server's power and vice versa. And all this without the need to own and maintain your own physical server. As I mentioned, AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure are the 3 largest cloud service providers. And today we are doing an overview video on the key aspects of Azure. Let's briefly talk about what this platform is. Azure is a cloud platform from Microsoft that offers a wide range of computing resources, storage, and other cloud services. Azure encompasses a multitude of services covering computing, data storage, databases, artificial intelligence, analytics, networking, development, and much more. Let's move directly to the dashboard. The screenshots provided as an example show the main page of the Azure account, where you can see the recently visited services and below that, the primary resources being utilized. Additionally, there is a menu list for ease of navigation. Azure can offer us a variety of services. The most popular services in Azure include virtual machines, Azure Container Instances, databases, SQL Databases on Cosmos DB, Function App, Azure Blob, Azure Content Delivery Network or CDN. Well, let's start with Azure Virtual Machines. Azure Virtual Machines are virtual computer instances that can be deployed in the Azure cloud. Virtual machines allow you to choose the operating system, including Windows, Ubuntu, or Debian, and customize it to meet the specific requirements of your application. You can also configure the resources of virtual machines, such as processors, memory, and storage. Azure Monitor can be used to track the state and performance of the machine. For clarity, the screenshot displays the interface with a list of created virtual machines. In our case, there is one virtual machine listed, showing the resource group, location, status, operating system, size, and public IP address. You can also see the general specifications of the machine. Additionally, there is the option to connect to it and stop it. The specifications show the number of cores, the amount of RAM, processor architecture, and so on. Here are the main monitoring metrics for the virtual machine. Let's move on to the next service and take a look at Azure Container Instances, abbreviated as ACI. ACI is a simple way to deploy containers without the need for prior cluster configuration or virtual machine management. It also allows you to scale containers based on current workload without the need to scale infrastructure. Here is what the interface with container characteristics looks like. Let's delve into SQL databases in more detail. Azure SQL Database is a relational database in the cloud. Azure SQL Database provides full management of the database service, including updates, backups, scaling, and monitoring. SQL databases allow for easy scaling of database resources based on changing workload, including the ability to resize the database. It provides tools for data backup and recovery in case of failures or data loss. Here is how the tab with a list of created databases looks. Here's how the information looks when you dive into a database. The status and monitoring information are immediately displayed. In addition, on the Properties tab, you can see. On the slide, you can see the interface for changing the characteristics of the created database. Here, we can specify the maximum number of cores, for example 8, and depending on the workload, vertical scaling will occur, meaning the number of cores will increase. Alternatively, during low workload, half a core can be utilized. There is also an option to enable or disable auto-pausing and set its time. Additionally, it's possible to adjust the size of persistent memory. Let's move on to another feature, Azure Cosmos DB. Azure Cosmos DB is a multi-model database provided by Microsoft Azure, which offers global scalability, multiple data models, and low query latency. Cosmos DB supports various data models, including documents, graphs, and key value pairs. Cosmos DB supports multi-zone deployment and provides data replication mechanisms to ensure high availability and geographic redundancy. Next, let's take a look at Azure Function App. This feature allows you to create and deploy serverless functions. With it, you can create a script or program code that will be executed without the need to create a virtual machine. Furthermore, Function App allows you to bin functions to various events and data sources. This can include triggers such as the appearance of a new message in the queue. Boolean for Function App is based on the actual execution of function. Here is the screenshot displaying the interface of a function. You can sort functions by name, create new ones, and so on. Here are the main metrics of the function: memory working set, function execution count, and MB milliseconds. As your business grows, so will the volume of data, which can be challenging to classify. This cloud includes photos, scanned documents, media files, etc. Azure Blob Storage comes to your aid in managing and analyzing such data. It allows you to store large amounts of unstructured data such as images, documents, videos, and more in the cloud. And finally, the last function I'll show you is Azure CDN, or Content Delivery Network. It is a cloud-based content distribution service. Its main goal is to improve the performance and speed of delivering content for web applications, websites, and other online resources by distributing and caching content on servers in various geographic locations. Here is an example. Suppose you have a website with images. When a user from the US visits your site and requests an image, Azure CDN can cache that image on a CDN node in the US. If later on a user from Europe requests the same image, the CDN will deliver it from the cache in Europe, providing faster access than if each request were sent to your original server every time. This is a possible option to trigger the function using a timer. This means the function will be automatically triggered at a specific time specified in the timer settings. Let's also consider a scenario where the function is triggered by a timer, and after being triggered, it accesses the Cosmos DB to retrieve some data from it before continuing with its execution. For example, the data retrieved from Cosmos DB could be sent to another function responsible for displaying charts or graphs, hypothetically speaking. And a final example is the interaction between a virtual machine and a SQL database within the same resource group. For instance, the virtual machine could be running an application that needs to access data stored in the SQL database. The application on the virtual machine would connect to the SQL database to retrieve or update data as needed, all within the same resource group for streamlined management and resource allocation. And that's all. Thank you for watching our presentation. We have covered all the key features of Azure that you can use in your cloud operations. Don't forget to subscribe to the Infinops Insight channel, where we provide valuable insights on managing your cloud resources effectively and efficiently. Please like this video, share it with your colleagues and partners, and stay tuned for our upcoming videos. See you next time.